All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Comics News Wire. This is the first time we've done it since the events of Ian. And we're still under recovery here in Cape Coral, Florida, and in Fort Myers. Both are adjoining communities, and I'm active in both communities. That's going to be our featured event this week, as we are featuring the River District of Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Golisano Children's Hospital, which my son Jax had surgery this past summer at, and other things in Cape Coral that you guys can help Lee County in Southwest Florida recovery after the events of Ian. It has drastically affected us and actually kept this very show off air for over 3 weeks. So anyone who can help Southwest Florida, you want to donate something, Red Cross, even come down and see us in the upcoming months and visit us if you're in Florida and just help us get back on our feet. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, everyone who reached out. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. I just want to thank everyone. It has been a very difficult time here in Southwest Florida, but every day we get a little better. My son went back to school today. So with that, nothing but love. I truly appreciate all of you who reached out, and TikTok community for keeping me entertained. It was one of the few things that came through. Thank you, TikTok, for that. But with that, we're going to get on with the regular show because it's now time to once again talk about the comic book industry's news, and the Indie Advocator is in full effect. Let's get to the news. And today, we're announcing that we did reshuffle the Kickstarter date, but this one kind of makes sense just in time for V-Day. Love can make you want to rip each other apart, especially when it breaks bad. Wolf and Fox hits Kickstarter for Valentine's Day in 2023. Go to wolfandfox.com. That's wolf, letter N, fox.com, and Fox is spelled F-O-X-X. And subscribe now to be notified about this tragic tale of a divorced duo who now are forced to work together. Imagine working with someone you just divorced. Oh my. It's Wolf and Fox. Coming to Kickstarter soon. And The Expanse, which you see that says part of The Expanse in the background, we actually are going to get The Expanse out by the end of the month for Halloween. It'll be a PDF version. We're still working on the printer, as there were some print issues as our printer took a lot of damage. So we are trying to figure that all out now. Please bear with us, because there's also, of course, an issue with the amount of paper in the world. So that is going to be affecting us as well for printing, but we will get it printed and out to everyone. Ian has greatly affected us, and we apologize for that. You might hear me apologize a lot. I know it's not my fault, but it's just, it sucks, and I don't like not advocating. I missed it. So we're going to head over to the forecast. And this week, the forecast has some changes. And if you notice, our taglines is brought to you by the strength of Southwest Florida. And that's because they got us power back, they got us water back, they got us internet back. Trust me, some of my family still doesn't even have it. So I'm very excited to be able to come to you guys this week with the information that I have for you. So let's go. So this week on the Comic-Con forecast, if you're in Tennessee, there'll be the Clarksville Con happening on the 22nd. And that's going to have my good friend, Matt Shore, who's going to stop by Clarksville Con and say hello. He's the creator of the Moby Dick, the zombie one. Ask him about it, and actually ask about his upcoming projects. He's going to be there at Clarksville hanging out, and Clarksville is going to be going on all day from 10 to 5 p.m. Then if you're in Pennsylvania, check this out. The Pennsylvania has a King of Persia's comic book store. The new release of Cat Dad and Supermom, which went under the radar, but is starting to gain some definite traction. If you like zany tales that are a good way to entertain your children, then Cat Dad and Supermom #2 is the way to go. And we get to meet Admiral Hero. What happens when you meet your hero? Well, it takes a lot to make a hero, and we're going to find out what that is. And Cat Dad and Supermom #2, what makes a hero? Moving on to Grit City Comic-Con. That's going to be going on in Washington, also on the 22nd this weekend. the weekend before the holiday weekend. Of course, the holiday is Halloween. And you can go to simplytix.com to get your tickets to be part of the Jet Show comic. This is brought to us by our affiliate, Convention Scene. We're going to be doing something new this week, The Last Call. That's right, The Last Call is now going to be part of the ComicCon forecast. We figured it made sense. This is a destination to go to, crowdfunding, Kickstarter. So this week, ending on crowdfunding on the 19th, as a matter of fact, Snowpaw, number 1 and number 2, is ending as we're recording this, apparently. This day on midnight Eastern time, it seems, the Snowpaw, I should say, is 19th century Scottish female werewolf fantasy. Upon discovering her werewolf lineage, a young woman's eyes are open to the existence of supernatural beings, creatures of fantasy. That looks pretty cool, right, everybody? So that's going to be going off Kickstarter as of we're recording this on the 19th. Then on the 20th, and there's actually a TikTok video of Jack's getting excited when I showed him the books. There's an Alien in My Toilet, number 3, I Chihuahua. Herman the Chihuahua thinks duty is taking Jalapeno. The Joint Extraterrestrial Task Force is in pursuit. A cowboy? Cthulhu? Oh, my. And then on the 23rd, we don't have the actual project, but it's Silvo's Spotties. We're going to give you a quick look at that. Sword of Justice. We don't know. Every so often social media doesn't do it, but here it is for you guys to see. Sword of Justice, issue number 2 of Series 2. Brenna, Morel, and Ten return. So that's Sword of Justice number 2. Now on Kickstarter, but just till the 23rd, 11:59. Also ending, and I hate that I didn't really get to talk a lot about these books over the last couple weeks. Murder City Devil number 2, Legendary Boogeyman, Spring Heel Jack is resurrected in the 21st century to wreak havoc on Murder City's criminal underworld. And that ends on the 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all we have this week, but find out more about crowdfunding by going to backerpaws.com and give one of these projects even $1, and $1 can make dreams come true. So go make dreams come true. That can be all found at backerpaws.com. Time to look at an extended look of the ComixCon forecast, and it's time to pack your bags and plan your trips for the upcoming weeks of the ComicCon forecast. And we're going to see that there is something going down in Kentucky. It's the Utown Con. This is going to be going on next week on the 29th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's got some great guests and some awesome things going on. And guess what? Kids under 11, they're free. And this is going to be going on the 29th, holiday weekend, of course, Halloween. Baltimore Comic-Con, heartbreakingly, I can't go because the events of Ian have stolen this trip from me, but that's okay. I've got some great friends going, and look at some of these amazing people. I have already obtained the ability to be there in 2023, so go this year and support it, and I'll bring the Anderson madness to you guys next year. Baltimore Comic-Con happened on the 28th or the 30th, and that's going to be going on in Baltimore. A great con. I'm heartbroken to not be part of this once again this year. And we're going to have our friend Daniel Pip over at C27. He's going to be booth C27. So go tell Daniel I said hi. And also next week is going to be the big Texas Comic Con going on. And of course, that's going to be in Texas. And that's part of next week's extended forecast. And for those wondering, I will be back already with the art walk. Let me take a quick look at the calendar. It should be November, I want to get it right, 4th. Yes, November 4th. I'm going to be at the River District in Fort Myers. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a bigger art walk than normal. Please come by and support us as we try to restart the just normalcy of, places to hang out, things to do. This is going to be a big event. This is going to be the art walk at downtown Fort Myers. November 4th. Please join me. And then you're going to see me November 5th with Continuum COMiX at the Eustis Expo Center Fairgrounds. And we're going to be having a great time with some great creators. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, you're going to not want to miss this one. We are proud to be part of this one. Some other experiences, including Scout Comics and Silverline. So definitely excited to see you all in Eustis, Florida on November 5th. So that's the end of our extended forecast, and we're going to throw the show back over now to our actual news program. We're going to check out what's going on the Comics News Wire. All right. Upcoming horror graphic novel is now open for pre-order on Indiegogo. It's the Compendium of the Unmasked, The Hollow Raven. And that looks pretty cool. The hardest working man in comics showing off with some pixels. He says, "Pixel fun." And he was very impressed by it. This was brought to us by Pixel Fun over on the Twitter. Check him out and see what they're doing. The hardest working man in comics, who's at the Dallas Fan Fest apparently, says this is the most insanely amazing things he's ever seen. Check out Victor Dandridge and Pixel Fun today. Max DeVille gives us from the Artoric Press Comics their newest campaign, which will be covered more in our backer applause, but it's Human Hunters #2. You can find that at backerpaws.com right now. From Comic Book Resources, the King Dynasty tutorial villain portrayer Jonathan Majors hints the upcoming MCU sequel will ask the question, what is Krang? What is a movie? What is the MCU movie? What does this mean? What does that look like? Oh my. And if you haven't heard, Cat Dad and Supermom #2 is now available on comic book shelves at comic book stores, including all the way in Pennsylvania. Get your copy today and go check out the comic book store in your local area and ask them, do you have Cat Dad and Supermom? If they don't, tell them to pick up their Diamond Previews catalog and order it from Scoot Comics, a imprint of Scout Comics. Coming from Comic Book Resources, Batman and his allies, some of Gotham's most dangerous villains, are swinging into the Minecraft with an official DLC pack. What? Minecraft and Batman? Oh my. This is, of course, an amazing Lone Wolf project. This is Snowpaw #2, now on Kickstarter. Find it at backerpaws.com right now. Just look at that art. You know you want to back it. Comic Book Resources tells us that Emily Blunt wants to see her husband, John Krasinski. I know I'm saying that wrong, but it's the best I got right now. To get the chance to reprise his Doctor Strange #2 role as Reed Richards' Mr. Fantastic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I would love to see Emily Blunt and John actually take that on. He did an amazing job. Although they are saying that Tom Ellis from Lucifer might be up for it. So, ooh, I'm stuck in the middle. Thank you, Comic Book Resources, for the info. So we have right here the NRG Comics field testing a possible brand new superheroine for their universe, the Moonchild. So you can check them out over on the Patreon or NRG Comics on Facebook. From Jackpot on Twitter, John Romero's real-life inspiration for Spider-Man's Mary J. Watson was the 1960s film icon Anne Margaret. I bet you didn't know that. Meow. Silver Spadio, for some time, he wanted to set up a page where there was no limits, and now he has. He has a main page that you can follow and make sure that you're seeing everything that Silvio is creating. Check it out, part of the Comics News Wire newsroom on the Meta Groups. Nightwing's getting frisky with their variant cover in the upcoming 100th issue of Nightwing. What could those two be up to? Brought to us by George Jimenez. And he's the one who actually brought this to life. The Brooding Muse is coming soon. Stay tuned for more. Check out Comic Book Advocates, CNW page, or comicbookadvocates.com for more information coming to you about the brooding muse. Did you hear this? Harrison Ford has officially joined the MCU and is set to be the new Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Uh-oh. And of course, he'll be part of the Thunderbolts. Now on Kickstarter, we'll hear more about it in Backer Paws. The Alpha Dogs saga continues. Check out these alternate covers for the Alpha Dogs now on Kickstarter. Oh, this is big news. It looks like we might be getting Steel #2, or Man of Steel #2, back on track, given to us from comicbook.com. A little credit to The Rock on that, because I hear The Rock has a lot to do with that. Coming soon in a dystopian future. This will be part of our Coming Soon section at backerpaws.com, all the way at the bottom. This is Aquila. Aquila? I think that's right, guys? This is brought to us by Sean Keenan. Uh-oh, hush, hush. According to Comic Book Resources, there might be another James Gunn DC-related project in the works, but this one's a secret, so stay tuned. Ben Lacey's got a great cover too, but it's not shown. I hope it shows up in our Backer Paws. It's the Cthulhu Man, The Nightmare Begins, brought to us by the man who gave us Shark of War, Ben Lacey. And of course, you can go to Backer Paws to find that. Marvel Studios castingly seemingly hints that Agatha, Coven of Chaos, will feature the MCU debut of Hulking and Wiccan. Really? Clara Oliveira gives us some Sword of Justice. And Gunslinger Spawn? What? Two amazing covers from his friend Rafael Levis. And Ivan Nunes is now coloring Spawn Gunslinger. Wow. Isn't that always great to hear good news and great talented people getting the jobs they deserve in the industry? This looks amazing. Great colorist. Nothing but thrilled for him. Congratulations. But you can get that book that he worked on, Sword of Justice, now on Kickstarter. All right, this one's fun. A little bit of treehouse horror for you. And I remember being a kid watching this. There'll be a crossover between The Simpsons and the Bob's Burgers. What? I know Jax is definitely going to be watching this one. Brought to us by comicbook.com. Tom Rivers Comic-Con will have Brad Lee telling us about this show. We didn't really hear anyone going, but we told him we'd put him in here. We're still waiting to see if he's actually going or if he's just a fan of it. This is the Collectibles Show, Trading Cards, Comic Books, Vintage. This is going to be Sunday, October 30th. There's an early bird from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. If we find out someone's going, we will let you know. But for now, pack your bags if you're in the area over in Tom's River to get to the Collectibles Show. And the reason we didn't put that in the forecast was because we don't have confirmation of anyone going to it. And it wasn't from Convention Scene, and I couldn't find a website for it. So we were just like, we'll cover it in the news. She-Hulk director Kat Korora says that they are 100% ready to make a World War Hulk movie with Mark Ruffalo. Oh, and maybe Tatiana will be part of it. She says, I think bringing that to the big screen would be a no-brainer. She told Comic Book Resources on the Twitter. David says he's shameless. He knows, but he wants to share out things through the day of his own and others' comic books as well. So he gave us this for us to check out at the Comics Newswire newsroom. So check it out for everyone to see. And they're celebrating David Dube's birthday and support him to the salty seductions of Salacious Sea, the latest Miss Tinney story. And that's going to be at your local comic book shop or buy it directly from Chef No Studios, found at the Comics Newswire Meta Group. It has been revealed, according to Comic Book Resources, that She-Hulk attorney lore hilarious homage to the 1970s Incredible Hulk TV series used a body-painted stunt double as the angrier, more swole version of Jane of the Jade Giantist. So yeah, I mean, if you watched it, that was pretty good. I love the throwback. Throwback was awesome. I don't know if so many people had problems with She-Hulk. I personally loved it. Coming to us from Lloyd Smith, new from Blue Moon Comics, there's Midnight Stranger, Night Spider, Mr. E, and Bazango. Oh my, something worth checking out, right? Go to Meta right now and find Blue Moon Comics and become a fan. From New York City Comic Con, there's a takeover happening with Jamal Campbell as the Superman legacy has reached a new chapter. A lot of things changing in the Super family. Thank you, comicbook.com, for covering for us when we were in the middle of Ian. And now we can bring it to you. Exciting stuff. I did get to catch some of the New York Comic Con news on and off. Twitter was one of those other things that works with really low signals. So Comic Book Nation gives us the information. There will be a season 2 for Welcome to Wrexham. I didn't get to see it, so don't ruin it for me, but I am glad I'll see a season 2. I don't know. Did they break up at the end of the season 1? It's their anger? Because I know it wasn't going good when I saw it. From our friend Evan Pavos, we have Man-Eating Orchards. Forgive no one yet. Let's start over on this one. Man-Eating Orchids. Forgive no one just yet. Cut myself on angel hair and baby's breath. Broken Heim of your highness. I'm left black, thrown down, and incubable nose so I can climb right back. Nirvana, heart-shaped back. Box. Wow, I don't know why I'm tripping over this. Probably because I'm staring at that art. That art is very distracting. It's going to be coming from Skinless and Boneless. Sorry about tripping around on this. And this is part of Zoop right now, so check it out. That was a tongue tire, man. Meet Rebel. A mysterious new Marvel villain debuting against Miles Morales in Spider-Man's run. So she looks kind of, well, tech-oriented, wouldn't you say? We'll have to wait and see how much RAM she has behind that. All right. Everyone's a critic. Blair Wood lets us know about the creative madman at Hold Up Comics that is giving us Christmas Night of the Living Dead. Oh my. Please share this everywhere, and so we shall. Check it out now on Kickstarter. Did you know that She-Hulk's finale almost brought back Edward Norton as Bruce Banner? Now that would have been cool. Thank you, comicbook.com, for telling us something that never happened that we always wanted. NRG Comics says, happy fall, guys. He's showing off what's going on the Patreon with new characters, snipe hunters, tons of new Zenner pages. If you're not a fan of them on the Patreon, you should be. Go sign up today. All right, this might not be comic book related, and it's coming from Comic Book Resources, so I'm going to count it. Steven Spielberg's Emblems Entertainment Universal Pictures are fast-tracking a Twisters. Get it? It was Twister, and that's Twisters. Sequel of the 1996 Twister movie, and it's going to have the Reverend writer Mark L. Smith attached. And oh man, I was a huge fan of Twister, so I'm all in. Blow my money out of my pocket. A lot of dad jokes today. A lot of dad jokes. And this is some more stuff over here from our friends over at NRG Comics. And they're artists looking to improve your coloring skills. Well, they're going to offer you something for free. You can color their pages. Wait a minute. Why didn't I think of that? Check it out from NRG Comics. The Batman's Riddler, Paul Dano, says he was inspired by the production leak prevention methods starting of the container of his script. This was the first time I had a binder with a lock code on it. Then they added a tracking device. It's getting serious over in DC, ain't it? Thank you, Comic Book Resources, for telling us how much DC is protecting our surprise. It's coming soon. Do you add anything into your books after the story? Exodus Z may be in the process into adding a selection of commission pieces. Stay tuned for more comic book, or I should say the Comics Newswire newsroom, for more information about this exciting upcoming project. Charlie Cochran refuses to speculate on the romantic future of Daredevil and She-Hulk as to not potentially spoil for fans. Imagine that. Someone who doesn't want to ruin it for people. Danny J. Quick should watch this one. Oop, a double up. Oh, 2 double ups. Sometimes that happens. Code errors. Heather Allen gives us looking into wet your whistle. Stop by the Dragon's Tooth Tavern. No finer establishment to soothe one's wounds and brag about battle scars. Part of Snowpaw 1 and 2 campaign, which is live through the 19th. Get on it today. Cover by Kaylin Smith. And this is going to be part of the campaign that you can get right now. Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons is now out, and it's one of the strongest DC original animated movies in years. And you're damn right, I'm going to be checking that out with Jax as soon as I can. We're still catching up after Ian. This is definitely on our watch list now. Brought to us by Comic Book Resources. Charles Sanato says, now streaming on Netflix, it's epic. Netflix Philippines has picked up ASEAN, the motion picture animated adaptation of his Filipino graphic novel, co-created with Epic. So I'm going to see if that's even in ours. I mean, it says Netflix, right? Is there a difference? We're going to have to find out. If you are a G4 fan, this is coming from WrestlingOnComicBook.com. Xavier Woods has addressed the end of what is G4. Oh no, this does not sound good. So I actually like G4 content. Netflix Wednesday's debuts its full trailer revealing Christina Ricci's role in the upcoming series on Netflix. There's an alien in my toilet asks, wait, are you too cool to laugh? You better not be, you sucker. Go to Kickstarter and back. There's an alien in my toilet today. The Man in Black brings back the DCEU. Read the Black Adam review. There's already reviews. I'm so excited. It opens this week. Can't wait to see it. John Dexter gives us an inner page. It all comes down to this. After infiltrating Salem's secret laboratory, Ian and her 2 dogs collide with his creations. This is, of course, now on Kickstarter. It's Alpha Dogs. Definitely check it out. It's something that you want to be part of. There's a new series called The Defiant, which will launch in 2023. Ooh, this definitely looks like it's not your normal track. Brought to us by comicbook.com. Oh, Sasha Baron Cohen is going to be in the MCU as Mephisto. This is from Phase Zero MCU on Twitter. Actually, I could see that, believe it or not. Another double. NRG Comics gives us that they're trying to create some buzz of their anti-villain Salvatore, so you can bring a series to focus on him? Wait a minute, what's an anti-villain? I guess you're going to have to check out NRG Comics to find out. Over there on the Meta, they're on Patreon, and I'm sure they're Googleable by now. Googleable. Shang-Chi star Simu Liu celebrates another appearance, this time a way of cameo in She-Hulk Season 1 finale, exclaiming, behold my triumphant return to the MCU, guys. To be honest, I didn't even catch that he was in it. My bad. Brought to us by Comic Book Resources. If you're a fan of getting naughty, Silvio Spotti's got the alternate cover for you. Check them out on Kickstarter now. This is part of the Sword of Justice chapter series 2, number 2. So check them out on backerpaws.com right now. New photos from the set of The Boys season 4 reveal the return of the Soup after their apparent death in season 3. Wait a minute, are they cloning? Is this becoming Star Wars? Damn you, Disney. Brought to us by Comic Book Resources. And from Lone Wolf Comics, they have the custom minifigure added to their a physical reward. You can have this as an add-on. How cool is that? Get a Lego to go along with the campaign. Now on Kickstarter, but just today. Check it out, guys. Super good interview at Mad Cave Studios over there. They said, tune in with Comic Book School, who interviewed their new editor. And it was definitely a great crossover with Buddy Scalera and Mike Falciolo. And this can be found at the Comic Book School YouTube page. Another double. Ooh. Real quick, comicbook.com says to check out the Man-Thing animatronic in the new behind-the-scenes video. Ooh. Are you a Swamp Thing or a Man-Thing fan? Let me know in the comments. He says, if you're a comic creator building a business and trying to understand the industry, then you need this book, The Business of Independent Comic Book Publishing, which I own and protected during the Hurricane Ian, because I still haven't finished it. It's an amazing book, and it's now on Amazon. We've heard about this, and it's coming. The Rock says from Comic Book Resources that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is changing. But the rating currently holds at 47 on Rotten Tomatoes. I never know, though. Rotten Tomatoes gets it more wrong than right sometimes. Go see the movie and tell us for yourself. Brought to us by Comic Book Resources. Knox County number 3, the mature horror comic, will be in backer paws today and is now live on Kickstarter. Victor Dandridge says, happy birthday to Vantage In-House. Oh my goodness, they turned 12. The hardest working man in comics keeps making his legend grow with 12 years of VIP. Mike Ponce shows us some works in the wild, and this is from Mike Ponce, and it's Teddy's. And it definitely is something that looks awesome. I got a couple friends in that book. From Comic Book Resources, Marvel revealed new titles of X-23, Rogue and Gambit, and Captain Britain are set to debut in early 2023. Oh, my pull list is going to get bigger in 2023. Brought to us by comicbook.com. Check out the all cover for Snowpaw, now on Kickstarter. Get your copy before it's too late. Head to Kickstarter right now and look up Snowpaw. Daredevil, Born Again star Charlie Cox hopes that the upcoming Disney series will be able to elevate its action scenes using CGI. Sounds like he's looking to get less bruises, but more intense. Ben Lacey says, give them both a try for free. The Cthulhu Man, the Shark of War, at bitingcomics.com. And this is from Charlie Stickney, and he says, the amazing first day of the game. I want to say thank you to Eric, Guy, and Art for this incredible variant cover. Eric was so easy to work with and delivers the beautiful art of the game 3. And there's Stickney. He's part of the book. This is from White Ash Comics. Jose Cruz shared some art from Blind Spot number 2. Unfortunately, I don't read Spanish, but if you pause it, you might be able to read it. Now's the time to hit pause. I think we talked about this one. Yes, we talked about this earlier on the show. BD Diddley gave us Project Moonlight, and this is going to be, he wants to advertise yourself or your product for the anime community. Project Moonlight is the perfect opportunity. The half moon and full moon reward tiers let you have a half page or full page in your Kickstarter, the Project Moonlight. So that's pretty cool. Some space for like-minded creators. Some bad news. Man, Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster had a real name. His real name was Sid. I'm not okay. Actually, Comic Book Resources, I kind of hate you for reporting this story. Yeah, I do. He's Cookie Monster. He'll always be Cookie Monster. Stop it. So the Four Tales podcast hit their 50th episode. Check them out on YouTube, Four Tales Podcast. Danny and Kyron holding it down for 50 episodes. Most people on YouTube just do like 10 and get upset when they don't get more than 20 viewers, but they've kept it going for 50 episodes with those 20 viewers. Now they're doing a great job. Keep going, guys. Nothing but love and support. I've watched a couple episodes. Pretty good. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe like I did. We did the art. And then here's just a bunch of physical print and reward comics that you'll get as part of a backer bundle over there at There's an Alien in My Toilet. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson promises that we're going to get the face-off between Shazam and Black Adam, but it's going to have to wait. It's time to establish characters first. Coming to us from Comic Book Resources. That kind of sucks sometimes how long it takes for some of these movies to come out, doesn't it? Silvio Spotty gives us the cute little cover from Top Secret Press, now on Kickstarter, Sword of Justice. Get your copy today. Comic Book Resources, back from her journey into the other world involving knights, dragons, and more. Marvel gives Captain Britain, Betsy Burdock, a new limited series. Sign me up. I miss her old outfit, but that outfit's pretty badass. Brought to us by Comic Book Resources. All right, we're going to go into backer pause right now and finish up our show. So we're going to switch gears here. And it's time for backer pause. I'm just going to take a quick drink of the lemonade. Not lemonade, the Coca-Cola. Well, that's not good. None of our stuff is showing. We're going to have to hit the reload button. And in the meantime, while we reload, it's always when you're live. I guess we could go back and forecast and start talking about while those load the other ones. Because we have the, there they are, the crowd last call. But we're not going to call it last call for this segment. We're going to read everything. All right, so here we go. Now on Kickstarter, Snowpaw, number 1 through 2. 19th century Scottish female werewolf fantasy. Upon discovering her werewolf lineage, a young woman's eyes are open to the extents of supernatural beings and creatures of fantasy. Now on Kickstarter for a limited time. There's an Alien in My Toilet, book number 3. I, Chihuahua, Herman the Cthulhu, thinks duty is taking jalapeno. The Joint Extraterrestrial Task Force is in pursuit. A cowboy, a Cthulhu, oh my. Now on Kickstarter for a limited time. And we did Silvio Spotty, I think, enough with all of his other press that we can skip that for right now. You guys have seen it. Now on Kickstarter, Evan gives us Murder City Devil number 2, the legendary boogeyman. Spring-heeled Jack is resurrected in the 21st century to wreak havoc on Murder City's criminal underworld. And we're going to switch back over to backer pause. Oh, why is this not loading right? We're going to have to go analog for this. I think we'll go behind the scenes. This should be it. Yep. All right. So this is behind the scenes where we should be able to see. Uh-oh. Why are things not loading? Well, that's never good. The good news is we can probably just go to backerpause.com and I will fix whatever issue that is, because it's not loading here for some reason. Turn it all to quotes. Spell pause wrong. Here we go. Every so often that can happen, but it should be good in our original. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? How long have we been on? Oh, wow, we've been on 40 minutes and I gotta get going to get Jax. And of course, now this happens. It's gonna have to be a lightning round of me reading this stuff, but we're gonna get it in. There we go. Is it really still that? All right, give me 1 second. I have no idea why it's doing that. But I do have it opened in the background. There we go. Should be able to move this here. I should show you. If not, I'm actually going to have to come back and fix it manually. And then we'll have to record this a little later today. It's not working. After weeks of everything not working, I'm not totally surprised. All right. I don't know what's up. If it's the Twitter feed. Oh, you know what we could do? Let me see if I go into the actual metadata. It's the forecast. That's not what I wanted. I think we're having some sort of issue right now. I have no idea why, so let's see if this cleans it up. I'm going to close some of my windows. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm hoping that this could just be. All right, so here we go. Oh man, turn it all to quotes. I have no idea why I did that, but that's the life, right? All right, let me see something. All right, I think I'm just gonna have to re-record the rest of it. We got the most important part, the coming soon, and the rest of this I'll have to fix a different way. And we'll record this a little later and do a special backer pause for it. Maybe we'll do it over the weekend. But we did get the important stuff out. Just a glitch, probably when the internet. I have no idea, but I do apologize for that, guys. But I'm going to cut off here and head out and get Jax, and I'll fix this later, and we'll come live later on and show you all the campaigns that are currently live. Thank you all for tuning in. We're out of here for now. Remember to advocate for creators by backing what they're creating. All right, guys, sorry about that.